Mehrdad Baghai, The Alchemy of Growth, Practical Insights for Building the Enduring Enterprise. In The Alchemy of Growth, Practical Insights for Building the Enduring Enterprise, Mehrdad Baghai offers an insightful exploration of the financial world and its inherent instability. The book challenges the traditional economic ideas of equilibrium and efficiency by putting forth the concept of reflexivity, which states that the ever-changing expectations of market participants shape and reshape the market. Moreover, the book delves into the flawed rational expectations theory and showcases how these misconceptions influence financial markets and global economic systems. The introduction intends to provide the reader with a concise understanding of the book's main themes and how these complex ideas are demystified for easy comprehension.
Understanding financial markets. In a Princeton seminar on finance, billionaire George Soros denounced the concept of market equilibrium, stating that it is irrelevant to financial markets. He asserted that perceptions drive markets, rendering fundamentals insignificant, and traders profit from following trends. According to Soros, expectations constantly shape and reshape markets, making any stable state of equilibrium impossible. Former U.S. Federal Reserve Chair, Paul Volcker, observed that Soros's unique perspective on finance affected policymakers and academics. The markets provide a merciless reality check for traders who fail to anticipate changing perceptions. The flawed rational expectations theory. In his book, Soros presents the concept of reflexivity, which asserts that participants' thinking shapes the situation, and the situation, in turn, shapes their thinking. This idea challenges the widely accepted economic model of rational expectations theory, which posits that market actors pursue their best interests and that market prices are efficient, reflecting all available information. However, there is evidence to suggest otherwise. Participants often act on their imperfect understanding of the situation, and this flawed thinking creates unintended consequences that may not be in their best interest. Furthermore, the market's collective opinion rests on self-reinforcement that creates bubbles and leads to market instability. The collective expectation of rising prices creates a self-reinforcing process that continues until the market can no longer sustain it. While the rational expectations theory suggests that markets are much wiser than any individual, the reality is that markets are usually wrong. Soros challenges readers to rethink their understanding of the market and suggests that understanding reflexivity is vital to avoiding financial crises. By acknowledging that participants' thinking can influence the market, we can take steps to reduce biases and improve decision-making. Thus, reflexivity is a valuable tool for investors and policymakers alike to better navigate the complexities of the financial market. The human uncertainty principle. The human uncertainty principle is a concept similar to Heisenberg's uncertainty principle in physics, but with humans being more uncertain than particles. While immutable laws of science remain consistent, human reality is different. Humans create their social reality based on their perceptions and beliefs, leading to decisions based on uncertainty rather than knowledge. This creates a fantasy world where our actions may not align with our expectations. The power play in world finance. The global financial system is divided into center and peripheral countries. The center nations have the power to borrow in their own currencies and use countercyclical policies during recessions. However, peripheral countries must borrow in foreign currencies and subject themselves to the discipline of international lenders. This system favors the center countries and reduces the power of the periphery. Despite claims that markets promote moral good, in reality, they keep the powerful on top. The success of market fundamentalists in reducing taxes and deregulating has come at a steep price for heavily indebted periphery countries. Soros' reflexivity theory. The book recounts how George Soros tested his concept of reflexivity and uncertainty in the financial markets. Soros believed that all investment theses are flawed and thus, always kept an eye on the possibility of making mistakes. He paid attention to a physical warning of tension, which was backache, and treated it as a warning sign that something was wrong in his portfolio. Soros experimented with his theories in 2 phases and achieved remarkable trading success in the first phase while suffering losses in the second phase. He realized that market predictions do not depend on the ability to predict what will happen but rather on the ability to anticipate what people will expect. Soros' success in predicting the markets was greater than predicting reality, and a good outcome in financial markets is defined not as finding the truth but rather as making a profit. The unstable markets. The book argues that the theory of market equilibrium does not hold because markets do not seek equilibrium. Reflexivity and human uncertainty make equilibrium unachievable, which results in instability. Despite this, market fundamentalism has swayed many people in the financial world, and they measure value in terms of price, not merit. The boom and bust process further contributes to market instability, and deregulation seems excessive now. The book suggests that appropriate regulations and institutions are necessary to bring stability and moral good back to the market process. The reader is warned that markets are not a force for moral good as they are immoral and are growing more unstable. The book proposes an international central bank and a currency linked to oil to stabilize the markets. In conclusion, financial success depends on anticipating prevailing expectations, not real-world developments, as markets tend to instability, not equilibrium. Soros' changing thoughts. A review of George Soros' revised views on history, causality, and the concepts addressed in Alchemy of Finance. In Alchemy of Finance, George Soros introduced a set of theories that he later modified in newer editions of the book. This new edition includes both the original theories and newly added content that provides further clarification on certain concepts. One thing Soros emphasizes in the new material is that self-reinforcing cycles don't always lead to booms or busts, as he had suggested earlier. For instance, Reagan's monetary policy of the early 1980s caused an unexpected outcome, as budget and trade deficits, usually seen as negative factors, stimulated economic activity. Another point Soros stresses is that causality doesn't always work historically from outcome to outcome, rather, it moves from expectation to outcome and back to expectation. His shoelace theory of history fails to acknowledge the asymmetry between expectations and outcomes. The new Ziploc theory contends that history is an unsealed plastic bag where actual outcomes close off the past, but the future remains open. Soros admits that his theories are not absolute and history cannot be fully known. Overall, Soros updates and expands upon the concepts and ideas discussed in Alchemy of Finance, while acknowledging their limitations and highlighting the importance of preserving an open mind.
As The Alchemy of Growth progresses, it becomes apparent that markets are inherently unstable, mainly due to reflexivity, human uncertainty, and other variables that contribute to the formation of boom and bust cycles. Additionally, the book scrutinizes the foundation of market fundamentalism and highlights the moral ambiguity that follows. Throughout the book's journey, the reader gains a clear understanding of the significant points and their relevance to overcoming traditional economic beliefs, and embracing a more pragmatic view of the financial world. The conclusion serves as a reminder that while the book's message may be complex, the mastery of these concepts can lead to more informed decisions and foster a better grasp of the ever-evolving landscape of finance.